guys, that might be the hardest thing to do. And I can admit, it is hard. It's so hard to eliminate things out of your life. But when you think about elevation, think about the process it takes to elevate. You can't continue to do the same things you were doing before and think that elevation is going to come in your life. But you have to start to eliminate things. Now, the things that you have to eliminate might be the hardest things to do. It might be the hardest people to let go, the hardest careers to let go. It might be the hardest loves of your life to let go. But something is holding you back, I feel it. Something is holding you back from getting where you need to be. And I'm here to tell you, the only way you're going to elevate is if you eliminate these things out of your life. Now, you might try to convince yourself that these things are good, that the people that are in your life are good, that the people or where you are in life are good for you. But sometimes you have to kind of sit back and be silent. I've learned something very serious in life. And I'm 30 years old now. I thought about it to myself. Once I became quiet and silent, I started to see and I started to hear things that I never heard before. So maybe you should try to be silent sometimes. Stay still and observe everything and everyone around you. You'll start to see who's for you and who's not for you. You will even see that in your career or in your job. These things are going to make you change. They're going to force you to change. They're going to break you down so that you can change, because elevation comes aggressively. It doesn't come softly. It doesn't allow you to take your time and be patient. It comes very strong. And when it comes strong, you better be ready to be prepared to get to that point where you need to be. Now, see, the elevation starts when you start hearing things in your mind and you start growing and you start thinking about new things to do. You start feeling these things internally that something needs to change. Why is my life still going the same way every single day? I wake up with the same routine. I wake up with the same process. I wake up with the same thought process. I wake up with the same goals. Why? Why do you do that? Don't you want change? Don't you want something different? Don't you want to see the light in a different path? Don't you want to see yourself in a different path? I can feel that you want that, because that's what's going on in life right now. The elevation, people are trying to figure out, you are trying to figure out where to go, what to do, or what you should do tomorrow. But the elimination has to begin by how, right? How are you supposed to eliminate? I think about that too. How are we supposed to eliminate the things that we love? The people that we've been with for so long. The jobs that we probably really love, but we have something internally that's building inside of us that is being birthed that we need to really, really feel and do. How do we eliminate those things? Family. Let's not start with family. First, family. You might see certain things in your family that need to change. You might see certain things in your family that are taking you down emotionally, breaking you down, and you have to separate yourself. Now, see, when I say family, eliminating family, it can be tricky, because it's not eliminating them. It's, I'll be right back. I'll see you later. Give me a second. Give me a second to get myself together. Tell them to give you a second to get yourself together. Now, the elimination with who you're dating and where life is going and where you want to be, now we can work on that. But elevation comes from the spirit, the higher power. Elevation comes from the universe. Elevation, the uncomfort that you're feeling every single day you go to sleep, that's because you're not doing what you need to do. See, we were put here to do one thing, and that's our purpose. We were put here to do one thing. And once we get away from that, once we get distracted, that's when the uncomfort stops, because you're not doing exactly what you need to do to elevate. So the elimination has to be the first process. Yes, that mother of your child that you really love might have to go. Or the father of your child might have to go for a little while. Or that family member or the parents might have to take a break from them. Or you might have to take a break from yourself. You might have to take a step back and sit back and just be still and observe and listen. The answers are always in front of you, but because we are so distracted in this world that we can't even figure out what to hear, what to see, that's the problem there. But I'm here to tell you that the elimination is going to start right now. As you watching this video, as you really, really probably going back and thinking about what I said, the elimination has to start now. It has to start today. It has to start this second for you to be established, for you to get where you need to be. That's how it begins. And then the elevation just starts to come slowly. Things start to make sense. Things are in place, in a specific place at the time, and you don't understand how that ended up there, but it ended up there at the right time. Of course, we hear the timing, yeah, the word timing, be patient, yeah. We hear that all the time. But I'm here to tell you that that really means something. It's really true. Things are put in position. People cross paths for reasons. Connections are meant to happen because the universe builds. It builds on its angels, and we climb together. So when the angels are broken and they breaking you down, then your elevation is going to slow down, and then time is passing, and now you don't know how you got to where you are, because now you're thinking about who you should have been, but you're not who you should have been now. So now is the time for you to be established. Now is the time for you to start thinking twice about every step you make and who you connect with. That's how we have to work from this point on. And if you don't do exactly what I'm advising you to do, because I'm not going to say telling you, advising, because you have to be ready for this. Because this is a serious thing. You have to be ready, really, really, truly ready for this. Because it's aggressive, it's angry, it breaks you down, it makes you cry, and you feel alone. You go missing on people. This is what happens, but it rebuilds you. You're untouchable now. Just think about feeling untouchable, feeling beautiful. Think about feeling those ways. I know you want to feel that. The time is now to eliminate and elevate, and you'll be established.